What's happening, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And join me today as I get to break some news in the world of the Marvel Omnibus editions. I'm going to be talking about one brand new Marvel Omnibus in October of 2024. So join me. This video is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you so much to David Gabriel and the fine folks at Marvel for letting us break the news on this particular omnibus that is coming out in October of 2024. Now, before I go any further, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. That does let you know when our videos are going live and when we do put out daily videos on the channel. And thank you so much to all you wonderful folks that have shared our videos over the years, whether they're breaking news or not, and have just spread the word of our channel on social media, whether it's Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, or Reddit or forums, wherever it was. Thank you all so much. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this particular omnibus. And I'll be honest with you, for the last few years, I do get the comments from time to time and on my Saturday stream when people ask me, is there a possibility of this omnibus coming out? Now, I always answer the same way with always uncertainty. I just, maybe one day, probably not. But I always say, keep your Marvel essential. So there's your first hint. Then, of course, the tie and the shirt. Because now, after this announcement, you can get rid of your Marvel. Oh, I guess you could keep your Marvel Essential if you want. The Marvel Essentials, by the way, were collected editions that were in black and white, kind of like phone books. Because now I get to announce the omnibus. And I am talking about the big, mean, and green guy. And no, I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about this guy. It is my absolute pleasure to get to announce Godzilla Omnibus. So let's take a look at the very first cover. So there's three of them. So that's why I said the first cover. Let's look at the first direct market cover. So the first direct market cover here is supplied by Herb Trimpe, who was the series artist, and this is the cover to issue number 1. Speaking of issue number 1, let's just go ahead and talk about what is collected in here. So collected in here is the Godzilla series that started in 1977, 1 through 24. So all 24 issues of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, collected in one omnibus. And of course, Doug Moench writing these monthly issues for all 24 issues. Now, before I talk about the series a little bit more, let's go ahead and look at the second direct market cover. So there's 2 direct market covers. And this one is also supplied by Herb Trimpe. And this is the cover to issue number 4, where Godzilla is battling Batragon. So what exactly is this series, and if it's in the Marvel Universe, do any of the Marvel characters appear in here? So the series went from 1977 to 1979, and it all takes place starting in Alaska, where Godzilla wakes up, and S.H.I.E.L.D. is called in because they see this big creature waking up. So S.H.I.E.L.D., actually Nick Fury assigns Dum Dum Dugan the responsibility of keeping tabs on Godzilla. Now, of course, he's not alone. He has his own G-team of Dr. Yuriko Takiguchi and then Miss Tamara Hashioka and his own grandson, Robert Takiguchi, Little Rob, who actually loves Godzilla and doesn't want anybody to harm him. Now, they're not the only Marvel characters that appear throughout the series, but before I go any further, let's look at your standard edition cover. The standard edition cover is supplied by Yoon Yoon, and it is a beautiful new piece for this particular omnibus. Now, I mentioned there are other Marvel characters, and I do want to keep some as a surprise if you've never read the series. But the champions show up through here. This is where you get the Red Ronin that shows up through this particular series. And so it went on for 24 issues, and all 24 issues are going to be collected in this particular omnibus, with Doug Moench writing the stories, Herb Trimpe drawing these particular stories. And now all of it in one omnibus coming out in October. So In the comments, let me know what you think about the content, what you think about the covers, which cover you're going to get, and what your favorite issue of the Godzilla comics was if you read these in the past. So that's it, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to Marvel for letting us break the news on this particular omnibus. Everybody, stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.